Crud. Why does this always happen to me? Hey guys, I'm back with another video today, and for today's video, I am going to be talking about job interviews. Now you might be thinking, David, I'm not at that age to get a job yet. I'm clicking off this video. Hold up for a second, please. You can use this video in the future. Once you reach that age, don't give me attitude. Even though I'm giving you attitude, but you know what, it's fine. So, about job interviews. So, I'm currently 16, and if you are 16 and older, you are eligible to be able to apply for a lot of places, like fast food, babysitting, and other places that you can just go ahead and get a job at. I have applied to 4 places in total, and I'm just going to be going through all 4 of those places and how the interviews went and my experiences and my overall thoughts about every single one of them. Because just letting you guys know, I've been rejected from every single place, so it's sad. But anyway, without further ado, let's get started with this video. First place I applied for was Chick-fil-A. So I basically applied for Chick-fil-A because my siblings worked at Chick-fil-A. They said that it was a good first job to get, so I was like, you know what? Why not? So I applied, I introduced myself, and they're like, yeah, we'll schedule you an interview. And I'm like, great. I head in for the interview, shaking. I was so nervous because it was my first ever interview, and literally, if you know me, I get anxious really easily, so yeah, it's a problem sometimes. So the interview's going okay. I answer all their questions, and they just write down all my answers, and you know, they talked to me for a little bit, and I was like, okay, cool, like, this is what an interview is like. Interview finishes, they told me that they would email me or give me a call back if I got the job or if they want me for a second interview, and I'm like, okay, great. I head home proud. I may have made some mistakes, but you know what? I was okay with that because I tried my best. Fast forward, I end up getting an email from them. I end up getting an email from them, and they say, you do meet a lot of the requirements that we do have, but we are currently not hiring at this moment, and there were some areas where, you know, you didn't fit into the picture. And they were also like, you know, thank you for being interested in us, thank you for taking the time to come to the interviews, etc. And I was just kind of like, are you kidding me? And that was my first time ever being rejected. The second place I applied for was Cheddar's. I applied at Cheddar's to be a host. Hi, I'm your host, Jimmy Layton. No, not that type of host, like the host that like seats people and stuff like that. So, fill out an online application. I get a call from a manager that my family knows decently well, which is part of the reason why I applied there. And I go in for an interview. It was with the person that knew my family really well, and the interview went semi-okay. Because of my previous job interview, I was able to, you know, kind of get the gist of what the interview process was like. So I was like, okay, there's nothing bad that's gonna happen. I'm gonna be freaking perfect. Just kidding. The interview went semi-okay. Like, it just went kind of, you know, it was your average interview. They said, okay, we'll call you back if we are interested. I'm hanging out with some of my siblings, and I hear from my mom that she got a call back on her phone saying that they want me for a second interview, which is a huge thing because that means that they're super interested in you. And so I was like, yes, queen. So I called them back, and I confirmed that I did get a second interview. They said yes, and you know, be here at the restaurant at 3. So I was like, great. I head in for the interview the next day, very nervous because this was either like a make it or break it kind of thing. Like, if I mess up, like, boom, I'm not accepted. And I had this guy, and he really just was not humorous. He had kind of a to his talk, and he just seemed kind of grunty, like he didn't want to be interviewing people. And so I felt very nervous around him. I was literally shaking. Got through the interview. Wasn't as great as the first one, unfortunately. He also said that they weren't hiring any hosts, and I was like, crud. I also put down that I was interested in bussing, which is like cleaning tables, and he was like, yeah, great, but we also hire new bussers. And I'm like, oh. So I didn't get accepted into that job, which freaking stunk, because I was really hoping that I was able to get it. I was pretty close, but they already found people, so I was like, you know, it's fine. The next place I applied for was Chili's, and that just went downhill. So I put in my online application, and we decided to go out to eat there. Wonderful. We love Food Legends. And we go, and my mom decides that she's gonna ask, you know, one of the waitresses if they were hiring any hosts under the age of 18, because apparently she heard that some Chili's accept 16-year-olds as hosts and some accept people who are 18 and up. So I'm hoping they did accept people that were 16 and up, but they said no. So that application was basically a waste. Now the last place I applied for was Five Guys Burgers and Fries. And my mom said, if you don't end up getting this job, then we're going to be waiting a little while before you apply for another one because it may not just be the right time at the moment. And I was like, you know what? That makes sense. I go in for the interview, had two ladies. Basically, I felt so at ease around them. You know, they made me feel comfortable. I answered their questions. And honestly, I felt like I was on top of the world. They say, okay, we'll let you know if you get the job or not, either on a Sunday or Monday. Sunday comes around, no call back. And I'm just like, okay, no big deal. Sunday's probably like their stupid day. Like, it's fine, they'll call me on Monday. Monday rolls around, no call back. I'm like, what? Like, you're supposed to call me back on Sunday or Monday. Like, why didn't you call me back? To this day, I have not received one email, a phone call, nothing, no personal message, nada. I've been left in the dust after that interview, and I was very disappointed. I was just like, why did I get rejected again? They said that they were hiring 16-year-olds and up, and then to just be put in the dust like that, it really upset me. So basically what I'm saying is being rejected stinks, but just because you're rejected does not mean that you are not qualified for other jobs, because eventually you're gonna find a job. Like, people who reject you are dumb people, and they're just like, oh, we don't like you. I know I am going to get a job eventually. It's gonna be okay in the end, and I know that I'll be beginning to make that bank once I get my eventual job, and I cannot wait for that. So that is it for this video, guys. I actually really hope that you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, give this video a thumbs up because we love a happy person. Subscribe to my channel down below if you haven't already. Why are you advertising? I will see you guys next time. I'm hoping to get more videos out often, and I will see you guys later. Bye!